Do not be fooled by a man who is constantly on his phone, but you think that he treats you very well because he gives you a lot of attention. He always tells you how much he loves you, how much he adores you. It's meant to make you believe that he actually really, really loves you. But notice the amount of time that he spends on his phone. He's up to something. If he was so into you, why is he constantly on his phone? Look into this, ladies.
Business, pleasure, might be watching TikToks, might be watching a football game, might be trading stocks. There's a plethora of things that you can do on your phone. But of course, you have to find something to be upset about.
Sassy male apocalypse is really funny until we need to find husbands. Only 1 in 3 men under the age of 30 are in a relationship, whereas 2 in 3 women are in a relationship. How is this possible? Women are dating older. If you have 50 men on Tinder and 50 women on Tinder, 46 of the women will give all of their attention to 4 men. On Tinder, a man of average attractiveness has to swipe 200 times to get 1 swipe back for coffee. And if the coffee date happens, 4 out of 5 of those said coffees will ghost him. The men who are rejected at that rate indulge in more misogynistic content online, and I begin to think about my brothers or my future sons. And the reality, the current situation is men are not doing well. And who wants economically and emotionally viable men the most? Women.
What's crazy to me is that this difference between what young women experience and what young men experience in dating and in relationships today is that it's just skimmed over. It's like, oh, we both have it really bad. And yeah, men have it worse, a little worse. But guys, let's be real. Just based on these statistics alone, men have it way worse than women when it comes to dating. In general, I don't think that people, especially young women, do a good job at putting themselves in young men's shoes. Because what I've seen is that there is a total lack of empathy when it comes to this issue. For example, when the loneliness epidemic was first being talked about in young men, women bashed men. They blamed men for the issue. And then women wonder why they can't find a good husband. Well, it's because when they were younger, in their 20s, and they were going through this, they just decided to stay single and build their empire.
Y'all sit around making jokes about men, and this is what men keep on telling y'all. Y'all make jokes about us until y'all need us, and then when we don't come to your rescue, you get upset. But you done already laid the groundwork for something that men was telling you was coming.
And you see, I feel like I speak for all women when I say that the issue is that if I have to ask you to do something or say something or think about something, I don't want that thing anymore. I don't want you to do that thing anymore. I don't want you to say that thing anymore. I don't want you to think about that thing anymore. Because there's no intention behind it. It's like you're doing it because I asked you to. You're saying it because I told you to. And now I'm upset. Now I'm mad because I had to tell you. That's the issue, is I had to tell you. And now I don't want it anymore. Like, I did want it and now I don't. It's a struggle. Yeah, I don't know. Just food for thought. Okay, love you, bye.
I wonder if y'all do this same thing to y'all's bosses. Whenever y'all want to raise, do y'all just think it and they do it? You expect them to do it? Or do you go in there and you make a case for yourself as to why you want to raise? Well, I shouldn't have to. He loves me. He should be observant to a degree, but he's still a person. So you should give that person that you love more respect than you give your boss, and go in there and open your mouth like an adult. What's the point in teaching babies to talk if they don't use their words? If you got to read their minds, at some point, I'm expecting you to talk.
Y'all, I just had the cutest interaction at the gas station, and I've got to tell y'all. So, I was pumping my gas like I normally would. Okay, cool. And this guy, when I was in there trying to pump my gas, paying for my gas. Okay, hold on. When I was in there trying to pay for my gas, he was looking at me, and I was just like, because, men always be doing weird things to me. So I'm just like, I don't know what to expect at this point. Y'all, So I come out of there, like, he leaves with his little friend or whatever. Didn't say nothing. He was just like, hey. I said, hey, come to pump my gas. Y'all, he comes and approached me. Mind you, this is not the cutest man in the book, whatever, but I'm just being nice. He comes up with his hands like this. He goes, I don't mean no harm, Miss Lady. He's like, can I just ask you a question? I said, yeah. I said, like, no, you're fine. Like, you're good. Like, just relax. He says, when I saw you, he was just like, you're just one of the most beautiful girls I ever seen. And mind y'all, I have sweatpants on. Sweatshirts, sweatpants, you know, that type of thing. He was just like, can I get your number? Of course I had to decline, but that was cute.
I think somebody in the comments was asking, well, why did you have to decline? Number one. Number two, you're telling him to relax, but he was doing that so that you could relax. Men do that because y'all be saying, don't approach me at no gas station. Don't approach me anywhere. Don't approach me ever. But still he was like, well, you know, let me make sure that she understands I'm not coming over here to hurt her. Once again, it's pretty simple as to why he would do that.
Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to set us for your man when you get off of work. Make sure you have dinner prepared because, girl, what is you doing? Make sure you have a nice little bath, you know, running for him when you get off of work because before he stink. After that, make sure he come in the room, you know, get a little nasty. Slowly put on his pants, obviously. Take it, touch it, bite it. Like that. He gonna enjoy it, because what the fuck?
This is gonna be an unpopular take, and I'm not trying to rage bait, but that's just my opinion.
It's good for me. That's my opinion!
But I would rather eat 4 PlayStation controllers and an Xbox controller than make the first move. Sorry, and I know that's so controversial these days in the men want to be chased economy society that we're in. Call me, like, I don't know, traditional when it comes to that, but like I can't. Like, I shoot my shot by thinking about you, and that's it. I know guys like it when girls make the first move, but like maybe I'm just like romantically odd. Maybe I am autistic because these days more and more people are asking me if I am. So I was gonna say maybe I'm romantically autistic, but then I'm like, maybe I am just autistic. But then I feel like everyone's saying everyone's autistic these days. I feel like in the past 2 year-ish to 2 years, like more and more people have been asking me. So I don't know the answer, okay? I don't know. But yeah, like I'm not gonna make that first move. But sure. What if you missed the opportunity to meet the love of your life? Okay, well then he would have. This makes no sense. I don't know. Bye.
Traditional when it comes to that, which is what most modern women do. When they don't want to do something, then they become traditional. Funny how that works.
Why is it every time I see a woman talking about her experiences with men, and then the men are in the comments talking bullshit, and the only reason why is because that girl is way out of your league. Like, the men who talk shit are the ones who can't get a fine girl, period. Okay? So when you're hating in the comments, that tells me all that I need to know. That you're single and you don't know how to get a bad bitch. Period.
Well, I think when y'all say a baddie or a fine girl, what y'all are actually talking about a lot of times is a woman that has no clothes on.
I don't really think guys are picky about certain things as long as you're hot enough. Like, a guy could be like, oh, I don't like bangs, and then proceed to mess with me because he thinks that I'm hot. Or that other things like my great personality, you know, override the bangs. Like, these things that are on my forehead are not gonna, like, hinder you from continuing to speak to me. Like, these are microscopic compared to my big, amazing heart and personality.
Maybe, maybe not. Depends on how you treat them. If you're beautiful and you disrespect a man, he's probably going to leave.
So I'm at that stage where my son wants to express himself. He doesn't want to get a haircut. And that's fine, but it makes me look like a bad mom. Nails done, toes done, hair, lashes, makeup. He chooses not to get a haircut, so please do not come for me. He wants to grow his hair, he can grow his hair.
Somebody in the comments said, and this is why it's important to have a father figure in your life. It's sure looking like that, sir.
Please can someone explain to me how men can be loyal to one football team, be loyal to the same barber all their lives, they have the same friend group since school, but they can't be loyal to one woman?
Well, the football team, I get some entertainment and I can leave it whenever I feel like it. I don't have to keep on giving my money to the football team. If they decide to go in a direction that I don't agree with, I can just leave. I don't have to support that football team anymore. Same with the barber. I could just leave the barber. Number one. Number two, I've been coming to that barber since I was a child. So that barber, in a lot of cases, treats me with respect. He knows me. He probably knows my family. He probably knows a lot about me. And we talk as men with respect for each other. He listens to me and he does what I ask on most occasions. Well, my barber's a female, so she does what I ask on most occasions. So the relationship is respectful, it's cordial, and we actually like each other because we hear each other and we share stories that each other validates and respects. But for modern women, they rarely, if ever, do any of those things. Oh, and by the way, they leave at a 70% to 90% clip, and they try to take whatever they can from you. 50, at least half of what you have, if not more. And then they get online and shame you, talking about you're the problem in the relationship. You were the problem in the divorce. You're a narcissist. You put your hands on them. Maybe not put your hands on them, but you mess them over financially, mentally, emotionally, and all those other buzzwords that can come to think of. So, hope that helps.
I make a post talking about relationships will run smoother if men and women would just understand that we're not wired the same. And I'm just so disappointed because here come the women. Oh, I'm not teaching no grown ass man. That's not what I said. It's not about excusing the behavior, coddling nobody, none of that. It's all about understanding. Like, nothing I said was debatable. That is a fact. Men and women are not wired the same. So choosing not to understand that is just ignorance. And good luck on having a healthy relationship.
If I was a Tampa man, I would have a fucking field day. Oh my god. The ratio of like attractive women to men, 10 to 1. Like 10 to 1. Everywhere I go, I always see the most beautiful girls ever. And then it's just like 10 fugly men behind them. And then like one like 7 out of 10. Like, am I gay? Why, like, are all of the men here so fugly and all the women are, like, Victoria's Secret models? Is that just in my city, too? Like, there's no way that, like, this is all of America. Like, it just has to be where I live, of course. Duh. What the fuck? And then when men here complain, they'll be like, oh my god, like, I just can't believe I'm single. Like, I just can't find anybody. You have like a million options right in front of you, and they're all like 10 out of 10. One of them's got to have low standards. Like, it's literally like a fucking walk in the park to try to find someone like pretty. That's it. Like, that's all men care about anyway. So it's like, it is the easiest thing in the world for a Tampa man to find somebody, unless you just suck.
You know, men keep on hearing the same thing. I see like 1,000 beautiful women and one beautiful man. Always. But yet and still, you're using what the other lady said, lip filler, filters. Are you really that good looking? Or you just cake your face up with makeup?
If I had to choose one takeaway from dating in this day and age as a single woman, it would definitely be that the men want to be pursued. They want us to go the extra mile, put the effort in, send the first text. They want us to send them flowers at this point, basically, right? And not all of you, just the majority of you, so please don't yell at me. But men are like the new women. It's statistically proven at this point that like women aren't really dating right now, and it's for a reason. And I know that some man's gonna hop on here, probably a couple, and they're gonna break down, they're gonna attack the way I look, break it down. They're gonna tell me exactly why I'm single, exactly why no one wants me. Boy, I am single by choice. Not because of my lip filler, not because of the beauty filter. You are not single by choice, okay? So don't get mad at me just because we want to sit this one out. Just tell me you want to be pursued too.
Not a hard concept. He wants to be made to feel loved and appreciated in the relationship just like you do. If that's a woman or feminine trait, then I guess it is. But sit this one out. I'd rather have you sit it out than be out here making somebody's life miserable.
Men, come to the front. I seriously need answers. I need you to help me out on this. I have a serious question for you. This has happened to me twice already. Why is it that when men learn that you're dating someone else, or they learn it, or they ask you and you tell them, why do they get in their feelings? I've had this happen to me twice already. I had one guy, we had a discussion about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm seeing other people. In his feelings, so pissed off about it, and we stopped talking after that. Everything was good. I mean, the definition of dating is that we're spending time together. I'm getting to know you. You're getting to know me. We're both evaluating each other to see for any type of long-term potential. What the hell? My thought is that men get in their feelings because just by nature, men are very territorial. They're very territorial. And also for men, any connection with a woman is either I'm trying to smash or I'm smashing. So it's one or the other, right? So, but for women, that's not it for us. So your thinking is that it translates into that for women. No, we can be around men, get to know men without having sex with those men. So dating is dating, not having sex. And I'm starting to think that that's the reason why y'all get in your feelings. Somebody, please help me. And I just want from a man's perspective, should I lie? Should I lie next time I'm asked whether or not I'm seeing other people? I feel like we're grown. And my assumption is that you're seeing other people too, because we have not had that conversation about exclusivity. And I think what ends up happening is that if we're not defining the terms of our connection, then it leaves room for me to make an assumption. I think the assumption by default all the time, if I'm dating, is that that person is out there dating. If they're not dating, they're open to meeting other people. But it just seems like men don't think the way I do. So I'm just going to limit it to myself. They don't think the way that I do. Like straight up in their feelings, don't want to talk to me anymore. It's like, dude, you're not even my man. We didn't even have this conversation. I thought you were dating other people too. Fuck.
People don't want to waste their time and their money. It's pretty straightforward.
If we can pull the same man, I really want to make it known that that doesn't mean that we're the same or we're similar. He just doesn't have a type.
Y'all basically are. He doesn't distinguish a difference. Only you do. But it's the same. You're not any better than anybody else.
Relationship hot takes from a 23-year-old in 2025. Let's run it. First one, absolutely no vaping. Gross. If you're vaping, how are you gonna let your life be controlled and dictated by a colorful USB? Whatever controls you is basically what bests you. If you're telling me a colorful USB is besting you, weird. Same with weed. I'm sorry, but I just can't. Like, your priorities are mixed up. You're over here spending time getting... It's one thing to relax after working hard, but making that a habit, check yourself. Let's come back to planet Earth, you guys. You have things to do as a man. What do you mean you're spending time getting high? Making that like a daily thing? Wild to me. Yeah, I'm gonna get called a judgmental bitch. How is that normalized nowadays? How am I weird for thinking that? Next one is absolutely no friends of the opposite gender. I'm gonna get called insecure and controlling. Hell yeah, I'm insecure. I'm not controlling, but hell yeah, I'm insecure. You think that I trust other women? I do not. I do not. My personal experience, the bitches are plotting. Bitches are plotting. And even then, why would you leave room for doubt with your partner? Why do you have to hang out one-on-one with another person that isn't your partner? What does your partner not fulfill for you? If it's a group thing, sure, totally fine. But one-on-one, weird. Absolutely not. In my personal experience, too many girls are plotting. I don't trust other women. They're evil. The white girls get angry when I date a white guy. So I'm like, it makes people uncomfortable. But like, don't get your panties in a twist. That's just my life experience. That's what's happened to me. Yeah, I don't trust him and I don't trust her, unfortunately. Now, this next one, you might have to hear me out a little bit because I understand that it sounds kind of judgmental, but I'm standing on this because of how I was raised. I'm sorry, there is a smaller chance that I'm gonna date you or marry you if you come from a single parent household. I feel like it's somewhat self-explanatory for the sake of my future safety and stability, and also future safety of my children. And I know that's a hot take. Do not get your panties in a bunch. Chill. I understand that being from a 2-parent household doesn't guarantee anything from anybody. That's my hot take. I would just prefer that. Listen, I do have 2 parents, so I do have the right to say that to a degree. I come from a long lineage of dysfunctionality, so let's just try and do better. That's my hot take. Last one. He's gotta be based, man. He's got to be based. If you're over here wasting your time caring about dumb things like video games, sports, I'm not saying that you can't have leisure activities. That's not the point. There are bigger things going on in the world, man. I think it's just unattractive if you aren't somewhat concerned about A, what they're putting in our food, or B, how everyone is bought out by, I can't say it on here, but bought out by certain people, or silenced for saying certain things. Like, why are we still sending money? What is why is that still happening? Like, that's what I'm concerned about. And you're over here caring about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's wedding? What? Football players or like stupid... I need to be with someone that's on the same intellectual... Yeah, those are my relationship hot takes. I swear I'm gonna end up on X because everyone gets mad about stupid ass shit. If that's the case, hey, love you, bye.
Okay, so this is TMI, but I'm going to tell you guys anyways because you're on my page to be in my business. So let's go. Long story short, short story long. I've been abstaining for over 3 years from peen, and I'd be having wet dreams, right? All the time. No, not all the time. Let me back up. I have them like 2-3 times a month, okay? And I'm saying all that to say this. I am so self-sufficient without a man. I get this shit done in my sleep. In my motherfucking sleep. I can accomplish this in my sleep what a motherfucker can't even accomplish in the actual act itself. So if you think you need a man to accomplish some sexual gratification, you're lying to yourself, right? For whatever reason. But I hope you break free of the shackles of the lie, because you know damn well you're laying down with a man right now that has never made you finish once. I'm going to sleep and I'm getting it done. So just something to think about.
Well, I think you're only looking at it from one side of the floor. Most people can't because they know exactly what they like. It seems like you guys don't think too far outside of the box. It's not a revelation. This is not something that's that deep. I know what I like. I can go get myself what I like. If I like a hamburger, I'm not going to go get a taco. You know what I mean?
The first 2 weeks of talking to somebody is like, you better delete every other man from your phone. We're getting married. You're having all of my babies, 12 of them. And then the very next week, the moment it turns the next week at midnight, like Cinderella. Let me just put myself in a corner for falling for this again.
Is it possible that within that time length, he found out some flattering, or unflattering, I should say, information about you? Interesting.
I'm gonna spit some game. Men, if y'all are looking to like shoot your shot at women through DMs, hear me out. As a fairly attractive woman myself, I've received a lot of DMs. Let me tell you the ones I've replied to. Like, y'all gotta come with something fun. Y'all gotta come hard. Y'all come correct. Like, don't be like, oh, you cute, let me get to know. Don't say that. Don't scratch that. Throw it out the window. You need humor. Humor gets you in the door always. Humor, like wittiness, something of the sort. A really, really good one I've recently got. I have an Instagram photo where I'm wearing like this blue dress. And he was saying, yeah, this blue dress is cute, but you will look better in a white one. I said, moved him over to primary because it's like, you ate with that. You did. I don't know, because like going through your day, like women go through a lot of stuff in a day. A lot. Like we go to work, we got to eat healthy. We got a lot to focus on. So if you can take our minds off of like our day-to-day, what we're like hyper fixating on, basically, oh, you're in. You're in that. Just a little 2 cents nobody asked for.
Moved him over to primary. So I didn't see him. You got yourself moved over to primary. And so now you're on my roster to see which one works. No.
You know what we should do tonight? We should go to Nobu in Malibu. I love Nobu. I have a beach house in Malibu. What? I can take you. We can go to Nobu and then we can go hang out at my place. Maybe. I don't know. I have to check my schedule. Do you like pad thai? I love pad thai. It's my favorite dish. There's a truck around the corner. Best pad thai in town. I'd love that. Maybe after we could go for a walk on the beach. No, my friend just texted. Do you mind if I answer? Thanks. Hey girl, I'm on a date right now. I'm at this rich guy's house in Malibu. Don't judge me.
No, we don't judge you. We just know that we're not going to marry you. So, good luck out there.
I don't believe in 50-50, and I don't believe in my man pays everything. I make no contributions to the household at all. To me, it really is two people who make income should be contributing equitably to the financial betterment of your household. That is it. That is all. And I feel like these conversations that we have online are so pointless. We continue to miss the point every single time. It's such a stupid conversation. Statistically, with the median income in the United States, you actually cannot live off of one income. And if you manage to do so, I have plenty of videos breaking down what the median income is in each major city. It's not enough to break even, let alone be taking care of two people and possibly children. And if statistically people are living off of the median income with one person working, it is not leisurely. I'm sorry, it is not leisurely. The median income in the United States is not enough to afford you multiple vacations a year or a really expensive house in the suburbs. It just does not do that. And this whole post is prompted by the comments that I was reading under Pauline. I'll tag her video or photos she posted where she broke down how she split her income with her husband. And I was just reading them. I'm like, are you people okay? We are so out of touch with reality online. It's crazy to me. My husband makes enough to afford our life exactly how it is. But I love a good vacation. And I love to have savings. And I want to retire early. And so me doubling up my income and helping him get to this goal faster helps me get to my goal faster, because that's the sooner I get to be on a beach, not having to be concerned about working anymore. I really want us to get to the point where when we're talking about finances as a household, it's not a me versus you activity. It's not a what can I get out of you kind of situation. It is what are our joint goals? What do we want our life to look like? And how is each of us playing a part in getting us to what that life looks like? For my husband and I, we have joint bills accounts. We have joint credit cards. I am never concerned about who's paying what, because there's simply always just enough money in the account. It's not even a thought half the time. And so that's really where I want a lot of people to get to, is like, both of you make so much money, it does not even matter. It doesn't matter who pays what. There's always surplus money in the account.
I really like the part that she talked about when she said, it helps me to get to a beach. By me helping him with his vision, it helps me with mine. Most modern women will say, oh man, no, you need to stash away funds. You need to stash away money. You need to get your own bag and all that other nonsense, not knowing that they're actually hurting themselves.
Okay, so I just had this realization because I am now single and on the hunt for love, but okay, so my previous relationship, sweet guy, love him to death, all love, right? But oopsies, I realized that I think I have like a little bit of a fear, and the fear is when I see like a large man, like a really tall and like really muscular man, I'm like, okay, you're hot, but I also feel like I need to be able to beat your ass. Like, just in case something goes down, you decide to become anything like that, I need to be able to beat your ass. And I was like reflecting, because I was like, did I feel like I could beat my ex's ass? I think something deep down knew that he would never put his hands on me. But at the same time, I think I was under the impression that I could beat his ass. Does anybody else struggle with this? Like, I would love like a manly man, like, oh, protect me, like tall, muscular. But also I'm like, that's kind of scary. That's terrifying. Like, is it just me?
Well, you're like a lot of these modern women where you feel like you need to be in control at some point in time, and you're not. And that scares you.
I have a question, and because we gonna have to get on one accord about this. Okay, so if they say that a girl is drunk at a party and a man, initiates relations with her, that's assault. But how come when some girls get drunk, they want to call a man so they can have sex? Now, I understand passed out drunk, like lifeless body. That's just weird. But is it only so if she wakes up the next day and's like, no, I didn't want that to happen? Like, is there like level, like, because why would you, I don't know, because drunk relations with anybody, it would be weird. Like when the girls go to brunch and they be like, I'm about to call my man to come get me so I can do nasty things to him. Like, do y'all men be doing it with y'all? And is that considered assault? I don't know. I just don't know.
Call me crazy, but I do not want equality with men. I don't want to pay for my own dinner, or hold the door for myself, or have to look at a bill, or to have to make the tough decisions, or give up my jacket when they're cold, or wake up early to go to work while they sleep in, or have to initiate and plan dates, or be the leader of my household. Call me crazy, it's just not for me.
So I just got followed by a man for multiple blocks and eventually had to, in the middle of the park, get up and scream multiple times, can somebody help me? This man is following me, because no matter how much I walked and how much I moved, he kept trying to fucking follow me and harass me. So just another day. I literally had to scream at the top of my lungs multiple times for somebody to come and help me. And you know who the first person was to come help? A woman.
Let me ask you a question. Would you have actually wanted a man to come over and help you? Wouldn't you think that in your mind, it would compound the problem? He would also be a threat. He might also come over there and try to harm you.
Let's talk about sacrifice. Because for men, sacrifice is not a choice, it's an expectation. Men are told and men are expected to sacrifice their time, their peace, their health, even their happiness. And here's the catch. These men are supposed to do it silently. They cannot complain and they're not going to get any recognition. All they have to do is keep giving. But if we're being honest and objective, look at the double standard. When anyone else sacrifices, that sacrifice is celebrated. It's acknowledged. It's applauded. But when a man sacrifices, who cares? It's still treated like the bare minimum. That's just what you're supposed to do. Okay, fair enough. Let us say men are supposed to sacrifice. But imagine sacrificing without getting any acknowledgement. That is going to build resentment. Imagine carrying the weight, the burden for everyone else while being told that your pain doesn't matter. These are the things that break men silently. But men, remember this. The strongest shoulders weren't built to carry everything alone. It's a fact, men will always have to sacrifice. And a lot of men enjoy doing it because it's in their nature to provide and to protect. Just maybe, it's time the world stops taking that sacrifice for granted. Because behind every man who's giving without pause, there's a man wondering, who's going to sacrifice for me?
You know what's really sad about men? And this is it really is sad, y'all. I don't think men like women often. I don't think men fall in love often. And I think that's based off of the fact that they just don't experience those emotions or allow themselves to experience those emotions. But the thing about a man who's not as emotional all the time, who looks at women for what they can do for him, whether it's for validation or whatever, when a man meets a woman he loves, like he can't, not that he can't, it's just so different. He's like, I care about her outside of sex. Like I'm genuinely interested in this person outside of her, right? And I know that I've experienced it several times where a man is just like, who is Amber? Fuck the car. Who is Amber? You just intrigued the shit out of me. And I'm saying this because it is so sad when they fall in love. My late husband was in love with me. I think I was the only woman he was ever in love with. And it did kill him. It did. I still suffer with the guilt of knowing that me leaving him caused him to not care anymore about life. And it is all consuming for men. When they are in love, and when they are really in love, it is all consuming. They will do anything to keep it. And it's mainly because they don't have the experience of being in love. They don't know how to navigate heartbreak. We women, we know how to navigate heartbreak. We get our heart broken all the time. They do not. So I take it very seriously when I know for a fact a man is in love with me, because I know it could kill him.
Well, they do experience those emotions, right? Well, I can't even say rest in peace or sorry for your loss. I can say rest in peace, but not sorry for your loss because you left him. You know what I mean? So men do experience those emotions, right? It's just that you guys having the ability to slow down and think about those types of things. You have the time to do it. Men, a lot of times, they can't sit there and think about it. They have to go to work. You might be able to take off a day or two. Like, say, for instance, if somebody passes away, as a man, you might be able to take off a day or two. And especially if you have a family, maybe a day or two. Maybe if you're pushing it, a week, maybe. But for the time that women take off versus the time that men take off, and you can see it in statistics, there's a difference there. Men have to continue to work. They have to keep on working. Things would stop. They wouldn't be. Structures would not be built if a man sat there and he cried all day. If a man sat there and said, okay, like, let me go through all of the emotions, he has to keep on moving. Now we have the ability in today's society to where we can slow down a little bit more, but for the most part, it's still pretty much the same. The man has to work. He has to work from sun up to sundown. In a lot of cases, some of these dudes, it's crazy because some of these guys out here, they wake up at 5, they be to work by 6 or 7, and they be at work all day. They don't get off work until like 6 or 7. Oh, you ain't telling. No, they be there all day. They be there all day. They barely even see sunlight sometimes. Some of these guys be out there working all day in the hot sun, all day out there in the cold, all day out there in the freaking mud, all day out there lifting heavy stuff. Just, I'm thinking about a dude that I know just swinging just heavy chains around, hooking them up to stuff. And I think it was a truck yard or something like that, all day, just pushing it with his shoulders. Like, who does this? Men do. So I can't worry about heartache. I can't worry about heartbreak when I'm pushing around heavy equipment and machinery. I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about trying to live. So I'm processing how I stay alive in a dangerous environment. These boys out here working on rigs, man. You think they gotta worry about heartbreak? Oh, you have time to think through your emotions or go through heartbreak or feel the emotion. I'm trying to feel alive. That's the base level. I'm trying to survive. That's the base level of my existence. The folks out there are called deployed, trying to make sure they get back home safely. You think they have to worry about heartbreak? You know what? I'm gonna stop there.
This video is going to piss off a lot of men. So I'm just prefacing, if you're a man, you can swipe. You got it. You're good. This is for the girlies, okay? Why does it feel like I'm going to war every time I step inside of a Home Depot? Does this need to be studied? Men, it pisses me off that men will literally go out of their way to just like make women uncomfortable. And maybe they don't even think about it or realize what they're doing, but I'm not gonna give grown-ass men that benefit of the doubt. So I walked into a Home Depot, and the second I walk in, I feel every eye on me from every direction. Listen, in the most humble way, I understand. But at the same time, be cool. Like, oh, be cool. Y'all don't have to make it so unbelievably obvious that you are staring into my soul. I'm just feeling all of these eyes, like all of these crazy eyes on me. I'm just like, can I just shop in peace, respectfully? There's a couple things that really pissed me the fuck off that made me even make this video. I'm walking down the aisle just casually, and men are making kissy noises at me in front of my face and saying like, damn, beautiful mama, da da da, whatever. And it's like, do y'all have no like respect? Why do you think that that is even an appropriate way to approach a woman, period? I'm looking for a vacuum, and I do want to ask some questions about a vacuum, but I already know what the fuck is going to come with asking one of these people a question. One of the men eventually come up and ask me if I need any help. Of course, I'm extremely respectful. I'm like, yes, I would to know about A, B, and C, whatever. Cool. I get my vacuum, I start to walk away. Immediately, damn, I don't mean to overstep, but you are so fine. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Walk away. Yo, but can I like get your number or something? I already didn't invite or make it seem like I appreciated your comment to begin with. What makes you think I want to give you my number? You say, no, I have a boyfriend. Have a good day. Oh, what? We can't be friends? Oh my God. All are the fucking worst. Because I truly want men's opinion. If you had a girl, would you want her to just be friends with someone? So the fact that guys can't even respect that a woman has a boyfriend and instead wants to go and say, oh, but we can't be friends. You wouldn't want your girl to be doing that, period. So why the fuck are you doing it anyways? And then I'm going down an aisle, I'm looking for something, and I can tell that this man is like just watching me out of the corner of his eye. I'm very observant of the people around me and like their body language. And as I'm like walking through the aisle, turning, I'm going down different things, he's like right there behind me at all points in time. And so in my head, I'm like, end up looking at like some like electrical plugs, whatever. This man comes up next to me and is just rummaging through everything, like rummaging through the little outlets, and not even looking at the outlets, by the way, is just looking at me. Not to stand next to me and to stare at me more, like this. About to beat you the fuck up. Or better yet, I'm about to call my boyfriend and he's gonna kill you. I literally feel like I have to walk in and prepare for fucking war and not blow up on a single fucking man. Y'all just need to do better, respectfully. Do better, be cool. Like, it's such an ick, like it's such a bad look. Anyways, just another day that men piss me the fuck off. So I really hope this lands on the girlies for you pages, because my last video that I made about a man, the men got to me.
Somebody in the comments said, what are you wearing for clothes? And I was like, you know what? I don't think that men should be doing this, but that's a good point. In the way that you present yourself, you have to make sure that you're not doing anything that can attract that negative attention, those kissy noises and stuff like that. Men see you a certain way because you're dressed like women that invite that type of attention. You know what I mean? Once again, men should be able to control themselves, right? Should be disciplined enough. But when you wear certain things, that invites certain attention. Case in point, right here, you got your chest all out and you actually have a man. And I'm looking at her shirt. For a lot of this stuff, even though it covers, it's very form-fitting. So a person doesn't have to imagine what you're wearing or what your body looks like because they can see it. Looks like she's into being fit and stuff like that. But here again, look what we have. This right here, where, once again, you have a man and you're talking about getting attention. I know you're probably talking about you're doing it for the girls, but men are going to see this too. And here you are again. This is pinned. Got your chest all out. You can see the stuff poking out her shirt. What we think? I'm just saying. I'm not saying you can't do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, what are we thinking is going to happen? You got a man now. Get your chest all out. Come on, Doc.
Guys, this guy asked me to go on a date and he goes, hey, let's make sure we meet before 7 because happy hour ends and I want to make sure we get the Wine Down Wednesday deal. I said, wait, I think you're texting the wrong person. Like,
And I think I am. If you can't be there, let me see if I can find somebody that will be. You have a good night.
Online flirting counts as cheating. Shared hobbies are more important than shared beliefs. It's okay to keep some financial secrets from your partner. It's okay to keep some financial secrets.
Yes, your partner does not have to know everything. He does not have to know how much money you have in his bank account. Yeah, ladies, don't be giving out all the details. They don't need to know.
I'm married, so I think we make decisions together, and I think it's about still having good faith and holding that belief that, you know, both of you are on the same side. I think if we didn't have that, then what are we living for?
Your response?
Okay, but how would you know that you're both on the same side?
Why would you get married in the first place if you didn't think so?
Okay, makes sense.
When you're dating, I think it's better not to reveal all your cards all at once. But when you are building a future with someone, it's probably better to get most of it out.
I mean, it's not like she said something profound. There's nothing that she said was profound. Oh, okay, it makes sense. Well, of course it does. Well, how do you know you're on the same side? What would you even be married to the man for? Why are you even in a relationship with the man if you don't think that he's a good guy? Y'all are too, she said it all. I don't need to add.
I'm a real man. I'm a provider. I want a wife. I want kids. I want da 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 da. Okay, that's cool. That's actually exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, cool. Let's play house for a little bit. Okay. Ghosted. What?
Dude in the comments said, I only provide if we have kids together. Solid plan. Solid plan. And also, if she's your woman, if y'all are married.